This is Quebec City, and it's one of the most historic cities in North America. What you might not know is it's also home to the best trail riding on the East Coast. We're going to show you the two sides of this city that makes it one of our favorite places on Earth. Let's go.
Welcome to my go-to answer to the question, where should I go on vacation? We're going to kick it off on these e-bikes, and actually Quebec City's whole bike share fleet are e-bikes because the streets here are seriously steep. That sweet elevation is actually a big reason Quebec City came to be. I'm going to give you 15 seconds of history here. In 1534, a fellow named Jacques Cartier sailed into the Gulf of the St. Lawrence River and came upon a cliff basically forming a natural fortress. He was far from the first person to lay eyes on it, but when he did, he basically went, I got to get that cliff for New France. Fast forward to current day, you won't even feel like you're in North America. After all, it's one of our oldest cities and the only preserved walled city north of Mexico, which almost makes riding an electric bike feel kinda silly, but it was a great way to get around.
Oh, hey buds. I'm hopping in for a quick second to shed some light on a fun little bike shop. In any city we visit, I look for a bike shop with the alternative cycling brands that we love, and this spot was right up our alley. They're called Velo Roy O, and they're in the Saint Jean-Baptiste area. Check them out.
Coffee report, maybe the best cold brew I've ever had. Cantuk, really good. And my pro tip when you're visiting a city is go to a cool bike shop and ask them for a coffee shop recommendation. You won't go wrong.
We're riding to one more spot. This is day one of a week-long trip, and we wanted to make sure we didn't overdo it in the heat. We had a lot of trail riding ahead of us, but no Quebec City bingo cards complete without a visit to the Château Frontenac, which is actually the most photographed hotel in the whole world, and we can see why. Sure, it feels European, but the Quebecois identity and passion is really distinct. Everyone knows the poutine is amazing, but I think the people are even better. Maybe that's cheesy, but we just chatted with so many great people, and my little history door cart was full.
Today is going to be pretty epic. We are headed to a place called Sentiers Du Moulin. We're going to ride trails all day. It's kind of like Disneyland for bikes there. They have a restaurant too, so we don't have to leave for lunch. So, got to fuel up, and then we are going to play bikes all day. Something I love about this trip is you don't have to go too far for anything. Incredible trail riding is only a 25-minute drive from downtown Quebec City, and these are world-class trail centers that give the West Coast a run for its money.
You could climb a little bit, do a little descent and move back.
No thanks, I'm gonna get up there. I want to get into that rhythm. Up we go. As we climb, I figured I'd peel the curtain back on this trip a bit. This trip is sponsored by Quebec Mountain Bike. They work alongside Quebec City Tourism to show off this beautiful area. And you heard me right, Quebec City Tourism values riding bikes, and that's pretty rad. We teamed up because some of the most fun I've ever had on a bicycle was here 2 years ago, and I haven't been back since. I also thought it would be a cool opportunity to share the more intermediate side of these trail centers. I sometimes can burn out on mountain biking content that's just nothing but black diamond shred fests. I I also physically can't pull it off for you, although we did end up on a double black diamond trail later this day, so stay tuned for that. But we felt passionately about this because we believe this side of things is underrepresented, so we're kicking things off with one of our favorite blue trails here called Maelstrom.
Oh, finally. Oh, jeez. Oh. Yeah.
That trail was a blast. It's about 2.5 kilometers long and it sets the tone perfectly for a day of riding here. Next up, we're trying a fairly chill blue flow trail. I'm also a big fan of eating lunch and I had my sights set on a poutine, so I felt like I should work for it a bit more.
We made it. Holy smokes.
By the way, there's two main sides to this place and this is Summit 1 on the main side. Once you're up here, there's a bunch of trails to choose from. The one we wanted to try was called Fabuleuse. We actually overheard someone saying it's a kids trail, which I don't think it is, but you can watch this and let me know what you think. I'm not a great mountain biker by most standards, but I'm having a ton of fun on these trails. Having been off these bikes for a while, Emma and I kept noticing how the default mentality amongst other riders is to always ride the hard stuff. And if you tell someone that that's not your level, it was almost always met with, "You can do it," or "It's not that bad," even if you just met the person. I get where they're coming from, and I get the stoke that comes with unlocking a new trail, especially one so well built, but I do think imposter syndrome can sneak in a bit when it's all you keep hearing. These trail centers do a great job of making trails for every level of riding, but does the culture sometimes get in the way? Having said all this, out on these trails I was blown away at how many people we sparked up conversations with. There were super kind people everywhere, and I felt like this amount of interaction doesn't happen in other types of riding for me as often. I held my ground on my skill level for a while, but I couldn't get over how everyone kept recommending the same two trails to us, two different black diamond trails. So we decided to go against our plan and give them a shot, but first I needed that poutine. First of many poutines at the trip.
I'm saving my poutine for after the riding is done. I think you've made a really interesting choice with a mid-ride poutine. I don't know about that.
Interesting development. We met these two guys at the trailhead and then later at the restaurant who was telling us all about this trail called Slab City. It's way up a pretty brutal climb, and they offered to give us a lift up there because their Airbnb happens to be right by the trailhead. So we're currently following them to the parking lot where we're gonna hop into their vehicle and they're gonna shoot us off the mountain. This was such a cheat code to get more riding in. This place is pedal access after all, so without an e-bike you might only get a few runs in a day. And these guys did this for no other reason than to help us experience a beautiful trail, and for that we're extremely grateful.
All right, take care.
Have a good night.
There they go, our saviors. It probably would have taken us over an hour to climb up here, and there's still a bit of climbing to go. This section was so nice, let's just soak in it for a second.
Wow, this is magical.
This is Slab City, and it's named that because it's the world's longest rock slab that could be ridden on a mountain bike. The trail's pretty famous. It was also very steep. I think the max grade is 38%, but the rock is very porous and ultimately super grippy.
It's basically saying like you need to control your speed and be an advanced rider, so you got to be comfortable using your front brake, especially on a rock slab. We might end up walking some things, but the rock has a lot of grip here and it's really quiet, so we'll tell you more at the end.
Wow. This is wild. Let's check in on Emma. Manage your speed, Emma. Okay, this is steep. I don't know if this shows on video. Yeah, the steepness really picks up right here. I think I can make it down this one. This is a first for me. I've never really done these long modulation brake kind of slabby rides. Right at the bottom of this is just this cluster of rocks. And my goal was just to do that and modulate my brakes and make it down. But then I didn't really prepare for like, do I let go and just do that? Or like, I just wasn't ready. So I just came to the slowest stop ever. Look at how steep this is. Do you think I'll get the slowest time ever on Slab City? Oh my God, look at this. Whoop. Oh yeah, that's danger all right. Wow. Tree assist. I'm gonna take it on the foot from here. That was good enough.
It's time for me to be responsible and tell you that this trail was probably a bit too much for us. In hindsight, I'm still really happy we got to see it. It was unlike anything I've experienced, and I've always wanted to experience a trail that I've seen the pros fly down, so I was really enjoying the experience. But word of warning, if you find yourself here and you're mostly a blue trail rider, this one requires a lot of calculations. At the bottom of Slab City is a jump line that I'm a bit unqualified for, but I gave it as much effort as my tired legs allowed.
Look at me hitting jumps. Wow, this is so fun. Oh, sorry, didn't see it was on the other side of that.
We're not done yet. We have one more trail to try, but first let me show you why I love this place. For starters, you got a great restaurant and bar with all kinds of seating and even a fire pit. Inside, they have a great merch and bike shop. They have tons of rental bikes, showers, bike wash station, everything you need. Also, no center is complete without a pump track, so check this out.
I am not going to do that any longer because it kills my legs. But wow, is that ever fun.
Before we left on this trip, the kind folks at PNW sent us their Loam carbon bars to try. We're both riding Norco optics from 5 years ago, and mine's bone stock, so these were a nice upgrade. I also noticed the vibration dampening right away, so big thanks to PNW for turning me on to these. I also swapped my stem out for extra style points.
The climbing here at SDM is really intense in my opinion. I'm doing a mixture of riding and hiking a bit, which roast me all you want. I'm having a beautiful day, but it's really steep. There's sections like this where you kind of gotta attack it to get up it. So it's like 35-40 minutes of high output cardio with this little HIIT training sections in between. But hey, we made it. Eventually you get there, so it's worth it.
This next and last trail is called Super G, and it's the second Black Diamond trail that we decided to try. This is the one everyone recommended to us, even after we'd say we ride blue trails. So before going down, we asked some more folks about the features, and everyone was super patient and stoked about us trying it, so we felt like it was worth a shot.
Oh wow. Nice. Whoops. That is not happening.
Just a small rock.
There we go. Okay. Now this is the one. Not happening. There we go.
We got off to a very stoppy start, if that makes sense. Super G was an incredible trail, but a bit spicy for us at times. I think it was really cool how natural elements are worked into this trail, but it remains flowy at the same time. If you're up for a few big rock rolls, I think this trail is one of the best out there. We wrapped up our day by taking in the sunset on one of the nicest lookouts I've ever seen on a trail.
I said before how unique Quebec is. They seem to avoid falling into the trap of innovating for innovation's sake. They know what they've got before it's gone, and this trail center is a great example of that, as is the old city. 2 years ago, we came here for the first time, and we just couldn't shake the desire to come back. It's a stunning place, but also the experience is just so authentic. Quebec, you've got our hearts.
Amazing.
Speaks for itself, but I guess we'll speak anyway.
Yeah. We had an amazing time at Sentiers Du Moulin. I can't thank everyone involved enough. It was just tremendous. So if you like this video, come check this place out and, you know,
Like and subscribe too. Follow along.
Yeah, check us out and check this out. Look at this. What's better, this or me?